Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the WGBM channel. My name is Gaming Dude, and I'm going to be commentating over this gameplay. This gameplay is a double nuclear on the map Meltdown by FRISKY YT, and also he was using the MTAR, and the MTAR is a really beast gun in my opinion. I used to love it, but I don't understand how they make the MTAR a submachine gun in Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So let's get to the commentary topic today. So the commentary topic is going to be about a dream I had the other day, and this was the most action-packed, most amazing dream that a person that plays video games could ever have. So this dream started off me in a plane, and basically this plane was going really fast. It was really high up actually, and I was inside the plane, and I started walking over to this truck. I got in the truck that was inside of the plane, and basically what ended up happening from there was the plane opened up its back and we drove out of it. The plan was to pull the parachute that was on top of the truck so we would safely land on the ground, without making any damage to the truck or dying or anything. So that was the plan, right? But the plan didn't work out. The parachute wasn't opening up. So what we ended up having to do was we had on parachutes ourselves just in case something stupid like this would happen. So we opened the doors and we all jumped out at the same time, and we were parachuting right next to each other. And just telling you guys, I could feel every single movement that I had to do. Like when I pulled the parachute, that jerk your body has, like it jerks your body because it like stops you from falling so fast. I could feel that in my sleep. I was feeling it on my body. I felt it. I don't know how I didn't wake up, but I just kept dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. So after that, we were all floating right next to each other. Well, we were like 100 yards separated. So to the right, there was two guys, and these two guys got completely demolished by a fighter plane. And the blades basically cut them in half, and the plane blew up right there and then. So after that, the guy to my left, he was still parachuting with me, and about 10 seconds later, a plane came out of nowhere and it basically cut his head off. And he was just like parachuting still, but he cut his head off, and the plane blew up, but his body was still parachuting somehow. I don't even know. It was just like parachuting down with me. And then after that, I started praying. I'm like, please let me make it. Please let me make it. Please let me make it. And after that, I was like parachuting for about 10 more seconds, and another plane came out of nowhere and cut my parachute, and I started free falling for about 10 seconds until I hit a plane. And when I hit that plane, I felt it in real life, and my body jerked again. So this was just another fighter plane. Basically, it was another one of those. But I slowly crawled up to the very front of it, where the turbine is, which makes like the plane move in the air. I carefully took out my knife, which had a carving saying "My Trusty Knife" on it for some stupid reason. I don't even know how do I remember this, but it was the most action-packed dream ever. So I pulled it out. I freaking jammed it into the little turbine, and the plane basically stopped moving, and it started free falling into the ground. It was like a torpedo. It was just like completely just falling into the ground, just going straight down. And what I ended up doing was jumping off of it and skydiving off into the beach while the plane, well, not into the beach, but into the water right next to the beach, while the plane fell into the beach and blew up, and it was like the massive explosion. It was crazy. So I swam onto the shore, and then this was the crazy part. I set a time on my watch, and then I started walking through the forest, right? I started walking through the forest after I set a time, like a timer on my watch, and it was 2 hours later. This was crazy. This was the craziest part, if you ask me. It was 2 hours later when I looked back down at it, but it literally felt like 5 minutes. It was basically like GTA time. But it was 2 hours later when I looked down at my watch, and basically what I saw was like a battlefield type of event going on. It was just crazy. There was like huge explosions going on. There was like buildings falling, and I think it was New York City. There was like explosions going on, buildings falling, and everything. It was like trucks going on the freeway. There was like a bunch of trucks traveling, and it was so crazy. And I'm like, oh hell yeah. And then I realized I felt my pocket, and I had a pistol in my pocket, and I'm like, oh crap, where did this come from? So I started running onto the street. This is stupid. Started running onto the street, and I took cover behind a car because I heard someone shooting at me from behind. So I started shooting them. There was like about 5 guys there. I started shooting them, and I got like about 4 of them. And then this one guy, he basically shot me in my shoulder, so I had to hide and take cover. And then out of nowhere, I don't even know where this guy came from, but he came up behind me and just shanked me in the back. And then after that, that's when I woke up. And I like completely twitched out. And it was just crazy when that guy stabbed me. I completely like panicked and woke up. It was just crazy. This was the craziest dream I've ever had. So make sure to leave a like and a comment, and make sure to check out my channel and Frisky's channel down below. Peace out.
Yeah.